Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story, part of the furniture with me, Daniel. It's season 6, episode 8, and today we've got by far the biggest game of the series so far, for the second time this season, as we face Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-final. That's right, it's pretty clear what game's going to be centre stage today. Even though we're in a promotion push, we've got to put the league action to the side, as we've got some massive episodes coming up in other competitions in the next few weeks. So this one today is all about the quarter-final. I would imagine our dream is going to stop here, but it's going to be a wonderful day either way. Liverpool, who have won back-to-back Premier League titles, won the Carabao Cup 2 weeks ago in-game, and are managed by Zinedine Zidane, one of the greatest players of my childhood. So it's going to be one hell of a day out, but we've just got to make the most of it and then get back to league action with the extra money. Don't forget, at the end of this season, if we get promoted, we're going to be asking for a new ground when we get to the Championship. So having any extra money we can is going to be a massive boost when we try to finance it. We got $5.5 million in transfers in January, and if we can add another $1 million today against Liverpool, that would be quite sublime. So let's go and look at the schedule for the few games since you were last with me. There's a little bit of news to come as well. We've had our youth intake since the last episode, and we've actually had a good player come through as well. Nothing outstanding, but a vast improvement on what we've had before. So obviously you were with me for the 2-1 win against Bristol City in the Cup, as well as that 3-3 draw at Lincoln. Unfortunately, we have started to leak quite a few goals at the back now. That's been a theme of the last month. But bar a couple of results, we've really done all right. So we lost 2-1 at home to Barnsley. Obviously the club we're managing in the head coach the other series. We went 1-0 up, but threw it away in the second half. Reece Williams with another goal from a set piece, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. David Crawford, the number 10's been in terrible form, which has contributed to our woes in front of goal. But in the last 2 or 3 games, we've finally made amends for that. We won 4-1 in the Checkatrade Trophy semi-final against Northampton. Not quite the competition it once was, but we've been playing first teams only this year, which has made it a little bit better. None of those under-23 sides since the one in the group stages. Lewis, Stacey, Jack and Williams scored in that one. We played almost a first 11, trying to make sure we got through to the final, and now we've got a day out at Wembley, which, as you've probably guessed already, will be our next episode as well. Into March, and we got a 3-3 draw away to Mansfield. A very disappointing one this. We were 1-0 down with 20 minutes to go. We went 3-1 up in the 90th minute and then letting 2 goals in stoppage time. Both absolute screamers from 25 yards. I don't know what else you're supposed to do. We just have to live with it at the moment. Elliot List made a big impact off the bench, so we're really pleased with him too. However, we did get back to normal defensive form against Burton, a comfortable 2-0 win where we never looked like conceding. The only problem in this one, Stacey came off at half-time with an injury, as did Owen Jack, which turned out to be a pulled hamstring. He misses out today as a result of that. So Armando Broja will lead the line. He scored in that one though to lead him into it in good form. And then away at Fleetwood, he decided he'd get 2 instead, as well as George Moncur, who was coming in for David Crawford. George Moncur scored at Fleetwood in real life yesterday as I'm recording this, 3 days ago when it comes out, as my beloved Luton Town went 20 unbeaten, equaling a club record of all time. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for him at the moment, so he might get a few more games than he otherwise would. But going into the televised cup quarter-final, we've got Owen, Jack and Elliot List unavailable. Liverpool have got 3 out, but I've got no doubt that'll have very little impact on the quality of their team, as they're a really top-level side. But moving on to the youth intake, as we said, there wasn't much to talk about really, but we did have one player who came through who's going to be solid. So we put him straight into the first team because we've got to have that homegrown player on the bench, and until Owen Jack's qualified at the end of the season, we haven't got one at the club. His name's Lee Davis, he's a young centre-half, 15 years of age, doesn't turn 16 until May. He's already 1.5-star ability with 4-star potential, a resolute personality, really determined, brave, got good positioning and jumping reach, and he's decent in the tackle as well. He's 6'3" already too, so there's plenty of positives there from a centre-half. We've got him working on his stamina, natural fitness and work rate, using the endurance for individual training to try and get him up to peak levels. But at 15 years of age, he's still going to develop physically. So plenty of positives off the pitch. If we go and look at our finances, we're still doing well. 8.3 million. And although on a normal month we do lose a tiny bit of money, it's only around 200,000, and we've made 5.5 million in January. This month, I'm sure after today we'll have made a bit more. We'll have a sellout at home to Liverpool. TV revenue as well. It's all going swimmingly at the moment. For us, it's all about making sure we can get a really decent stadium next year, at least get the plans to go through, and hopefully get a stadium that will compete later down the line in the middle of the Premier League. So let's get into the game today. There's only one thing that's really important, and that's the FA Cup tie against Liverpool. Who got through in the other tie? Nottingham Forest beat Spurs, so if we do get through this one, there's a chance we could get to the final. But I think I might be getting a bit ahead of myself. I don't think we've got much of a chance today. Liverpool are unbeaten in 5. They're going to have a strong side out, no doubt. But let's look at our 11, which is the all-important bit for today. We've got Alex Bass in goal, Richards and Kenlock at the fullbacks with Williams and Byrne in the middle, McDonald and Butcher in central midfield, Adam Lewis off the left wing, Stacey on the attacking right hand side with David Crawford behind Armando Broja, who for today and today only will be a target man covering Owen Jack. Let's get into the tie and see if we can pull off a miracle. If by some chance we could get a replay at Anfield, that would be absolutely huge financially. But at this point in the season, we could probably do with winning or losing, as we don't really need another game. But we'll get into the game and we'll see if we can do anything special. There we go then, a 4-3-3 for Liverpool. And if you had any doubts as to the quality they were going to put out today, Mane, Salah, Fabinho, Robertson, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Rafael Varane from Real Madrid, Kessie's come from Serie A, Ceballos is a good player as well, and the young star Ryan Brewster, who's tipped for great things in real life. So this is going to be one hell of a challenge, and I think our run might end here. But let's go and tell the lads to do what they can. We're going to ask them to pick up where they left off after a really good win away from home last time. We're going to drop our mentality down to balanced, as we have against all the Premier League sides so far. It seems to have worked quite well. We've got a tunnel interview to go to. I'm always prepared to give us a chance. We've just got to get a bit of luck. That's absolutely spot on, and let's get in with a kick-off. Brewster takes it to Fabinho as Liverpool will try and come forward early. They'll probably try and get us out of sight in the first hour and then rest a few of their players. I'd imagine they've still got Champions League and Premier League to worry about. Mane runs straight through the whole defence and Alex Bass is forced into a good save with just 20 seconds on the clock. Salah will take it. It's an in-swinger to the back post, headed over, and thankfully we survive. We've got rid of the latest scores, which were for the Barnsley game in the other series, as they put another free kick wide, but I'm just happy it's 0-0 after 9 minutes. Let's see if we can make it 10, as McDonald wins the wall back, but Butcher gives it straight away again. Wins the wall, he won the ball back. McDonald and left back, goes long over the top towards Broja. Van Dijk sweeping up behind him, he goes back to the keeper who clears long. Liverpool not playing that beautiful football we're used to, they're just trying to get it long and get in behind us. McDonald at the back to Johnny Byrne, he could play into our hands, because Byrne and Williams, I'd expect them to win things in the air, but on the floor against Salah and Mane, they might struggle a little bit. Lewis coming down the left against his boyhood club. Broja knocks it away and Brewster's coming forward. Don't forget Liverpool's still our parent club, so we could get players on loan from there in theory, and that's what happened with Lewis, where we've now got him back. Sadio Mane scores, we can't make it 10 minutes. It's into the front post, but it had so much power on it, and Alex Bass does a pathetic angry kick away after he's conceded the goal. It's 1-0 to Liverpool, and I think it might be fair to say the dream's over. And now Adam Lewis has got an injury as well. With the running we've got for the title, with 7 points clear with a game in hand, we're not taking any risks at all. Ellis Chapman's on for him. I know it'll be horrifically disappointing for Lewis, but in the grand scheme of things, he could still pick up 2 medals this year. 20 minutes gone, the sub's about to be made, and it remains 1-0 to Liverpool. Half an hour gone, we've kept them fairly quiet, but it's still 1-0. We've got to really create a chance if we want to get something. I think we need to give up on that and just enjoy the day out. It's Kessie 25 yards out, goes for the shot with his left foot, but it's just wide of the post. It had Alex Bass scrambling though. 10 minutes to the break and Liverpool are on again. It's Salah to Brewster. He goes into the box, good save by Bass. It's behind for a corner kick, which I presume will be taken by Salah again. An in-swinger from that right-hand side. Can we deal with it effectively? Byrne beats Varane in the air. Brilliant work from the skipper. He's always doing well for us. Puts his body on the line every time. He is the skipper. I just checked, it didn't say it on the other screen. Fabinho got on the end of a free kick, but he's headed it wide of the post. 5 minutes to the break, and we've got to be pleased with how we've competed. Liverpool have got a free kick right on the edge of the box. Salah into Ceballos, and what a blow on the stroke of half-time. We'd contained them so well, but unfortunately it's 2 at the break. It's going to be tie over, but what an effort from the lads to even be here. We're going to be encouraging them at the break either way. They've really put up a fight so far. Sean Taylor tells us to encourage them. They've put up a good effort. We're going to tell them to keep it up. They're happy enough, so at least they've got realistic expectations. Kenlock finds Chapman on the left. He goes inside to Butcher. Chapman finds Williams. We're keeping the ball nicely there until Kenlock hoofs it away. Every time I've said that in the last few episodes, we've just given the ball away. As Van Dijk heads a corner over the bar, Burn might have beaten Varane in the air, but he can't cope with Van Dijk. We've got a warning to close down Alexander-Arnold, so we'll do that as well and just hope that we can keep the score down. It's Stacey with a corner thrust though. Williams heads it into the side netting. That was a chance, you know. We finally created one, but we didn't make the most of it in the end. Williams loses out in the air, and now Caballos back to Kessie. 25 yards out, switches it to Andy Robertson. Brilliant left back, of course, to Mane. Burn heads it away to the edge. Caballos shot's blocked. Brewster's going to get there first. Not quite sure what was going on, but he was offside, and at the hour mark, it remains just 2. 20 minutes to go. It doesn't look like we're getting back into it. Let's make a couple of changes though. We want to really rest some of the ones that aren't going to be as fit. So Butcher and Crawford are normally the ones we take off. We've got Kenlock to think about as well. But I think with the left winger Lewis getting injured, just in case it's bad, we need to keep McKay fit, so we've definitely got someone on the left-hand side. Crawford will come off then. Jordan Stevens, the January signing, will cover for him, and we'll drop him into a support role, just so we've got a little bit more in there. And then Stephen McComb on for Butcher. He'll go into his preferred central midfield attack role, as we try and get through the rest of the game without too much more damage. Let's get back into it then, and see if we can just keep it respectable. Liverpool with a throw on the left. Robertson takes it to Brewster. Back to Fabinho. Inside to Kessie. So much time in there for Caballos. Back to Fabinho again. Just playing a triangle in there. Kessie beats the man with a wonderful touch, but they're just keeping it between the three of them. Tries to switch it to the right. Chapman wins it back, and Alex Bass gets the ball in goal. Liverpool players were appealing for the ball crossing the line, but it never looked like being a problem. 10 minutes to go, and the lads are still fighting hard. Liverpool with a free kick on the right. Wilson delivers. Varane flicks it on, hits the bar, and McDonald just puts it behind. We're going to encourage the lads just for a couple more minutes. They've done really well and deserve all the encouragement in the world. Wilson with an out-swinging corner. He's put the ball into the box. Burn heads away. Alexander-Arnold knocks it down. McComb clears long. Broja brings it over halfway. If we could nick a goal, it'd be wonderful. The defender misses it, but it's back to Caballos. And now Hover, the sub, who came on for Van Dijk. Out to the left-hand side for Wilson, but it's just over his head and we've got a throw in. 2 minutes to go. Can we please create a goal? It would be lovely. Richards to Stevens, who's fouled, and presumably that highlight led to nothing. 30 seconds to go. It's Kenlock with a free kick. The keeper saves. Stevens, it's saved. Got to be a penalty, ref. Stevens was offside from the rebound. Such a shame. It would have been lovely to nick a late goal just to send the fans home happy. But they should be pleased anyway. I'm proud of the performance these lads have put in. 2-0 against the best side in England and one of the best in Europe too. What a wonderful performance by the lads. They fought so hard and they still had a few chances too. Let's go and talk to them. We're going to do exactly what Sean Taylor says there. We're passionately going to tell them we're pleased with the performance, and that's a real positive springboard for the rest of the season, knowing that we can compete at that level. Let's go and look at what was said about the game. Liverpool power to victory, that's fair enough. We put up a good fight though. Defeating the 6th round further than we could have ever dreamt of getting, beating Crystal Palace and Bournemouth on their own patches, who are both still Premier League sides, and then at home to Bristol City of the Championship. We put up one hell of a fight. Lewis is out for a week, so he will miss the next league game, but he'll be back in time for the Checkatrade Trophy final at Wembley. David Cottrell was spotted at Plainmoor, the Wales boss, looking for Reece Williams. Post-match press conference we'll do off camera in a moment, and we're just going to get back to the schedule. You know that we're going to be back in 4 games' time for the big cup final at Wembley against Shrewsbury. Where are they in the league pyramid? 2nd in League One. So it's first v 2nd in the league. I'm sure we'll both put our promotion push to the side for one day only as we play our first 11 and try and get it through. Owen Jack might or might not be fit for that one. It's going to be touch and go. We'll probably have him off the bench in case we need him. But a wonderful episode where we've competed against one of the big boys of English football. We did the same against Spurs. We fought really hard, but we haven't quite got that attacking threat at that level. If we finish on the competition screen, so you can see where we stand in the league at the moment, we're 7 points clear with a game in hand, but we have been in slightly dodgy form defensively in recent times. Only 3 defeats all season though, and if we keep that going, the draw should be enough to see us over the line. If you did enjoy this episode though, please put a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you thought of our performance against Liverpool and how long you reckon it will be before we're in the same league and competing with them for trophies. Give me your thoughts on the young lad Davis from the youth intake as well. Do you think he could be the first one to breach the first team and get some appearances under his belt at the higher level? I think if we were in League One long term, possibly, but I just worry it might be a bit too far for him once we reach Championship level. But we'll wait and see and give him every opportunity. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories. This one part of the furniture with Torquay, where the next few episodes will be massive, a big cup final, and then an end of season promotion decider. Can we win promotion? Can we win the title? And then can we win the double as well? What a wonderful season it would be. Let's have a quick look at the finances while we're here as well. It's gone up another $500,000, so we're absolutely delighted with that. There's also my other series, The Head Coach with Barnsley. Tomorrow will be the start of season 8 in that one. We'll do our usual start of the season summer transfer review in that one, so I hope you'll join me for that as well. But a massive thanks for watching this one and continuing to follow the series as always, and we'll see you next time for our massive Wembley final.